Since yesterday's video was about a dress, I thought today might be a good idea to actually style a dress that is considered an evening dress for a daytime look. I'm going to start with this beautiful dress that is from a brand called Saloni, and it's this gorgeous dress. And in the spirit of utilizing the clothes that I have, because I haven't worn this in a while, I thought it might be a good idea to style it with you guys right now. And voila, this is the dress. There's clasp in the back, but it's so hard to close. And actually, kind of like that it's not. I like that drape at the bottom or at the back. I love a drape. I'm all about the drape. So this is the dress. I haven't decided on a shoe or a boot yet, but just wanted to give you an idea. So, styling a dress. There are different ways to do it, and it just depends on preference. What I often like to do is just simply drape a jumper, cashmere jumper, over the shoulders in summertime, because I can get cold, and it does get a little cold in the evenings, even in summertime. In winter, what you could do is have a long sleeved cardigan or jumper over this. So I am showing you some. I've got this white shirt. Everyone probably has a white shirt, so we're going to play with that. I also thought it might be quite interesting to put a sleeve underneath it. So I do have this linen blouse that I'm going to try. And then also, I thought, oh, orange would be quite nice with the green. And you've got a more colourful look. And then you just can't go wrong with the navy cardigan. This is a classic merino wool, Ralph Lauren one. And we're also going to try with this turtleneck. I also think a turtleneck is just an important and a good basic to have, especially navy, because navy works on everyone's colouring. So instead of black, it's a nice option. And also I'm picking up, I did want to say, yeah, so the dress is green, right? It's a deep green, but because it's velvet, it changes in the light. So therefore you could play with different greens. Then it's also got a cobalt blue, and there's like a darker blue also. Again, because of the velvet and how light hits it, you could get away with navy. And again, I think a different shade of green also. Let's give it a go. Okay, we've just got a classic white shirt. Obviously, the collar has this ruffled kind of collar, so it's not the stereotypical white shirt. I've put on some heels. I've changed out the boots the shoes to boots, and I've added this belt. It's a Sandro one. It's quite long, so I've just turned it in here and brought this down. I've buttoned the bottom buttons of the shirt, and I put on the boots because I feel like it's more casual. I like a dress with a boot. I like that juxtaposition, and I feel like this could be a nice, fun kind of daytime look. I'd also do something with the sleeve, turn it up, sorry. So you don't see the scrunchie. You won't be seeing the scrunchie. But yeah, okay, so that's a little daytime look for the dress. And you could do something like a little scarf. Okay, so I've added a little scarf, it's a cashmere scarf, so it's super lovely and soft. Again, all of these are natural materials, which is so worth the investment. And again, you can find these at your local a vintage store, or even sometimes in a charity store or a thrift shop. So yes, this is one option, which is just, it's kind of given me Second City vibes. I like the juxtaposition, I've always liked it, of kind of masculine and feminine play, and I think this is a good way of using your dresses all year round. Everything feels so nice. So let me show you another option. This is with a little heel, which is a nice option too. And you could even add a hat. Why not? Bring in some fun and play to the look. So that's with a hat or different. It's coming into summer, so you could also wear a straw hat. And you've got a little dress down look. Okay, now we're going to do some jumper options, and let's see how that goes. Before I show you the other options, I did want to show you this because I think layering is so beautiful, and it can make wearing a dress much more casual and more of a daytime affair. So this is just simply pairing the white shirt with, or draping over the white shirt, a navy cardigan. And you could also do so. You could use a green cardigan if you had one. I don't have a green cardigan, but I like the navy with it. Sorry, my hair is a day before washing, so it's not the best, but we're working with it. Okay, the microphone is here. I'm going to hope for the best, and hopefully the sound is going to work good. Okay, we've got the orange jumper. There's a lot of safety pins in the back from where I pinned it the last time I wore it. Oopsies. Probably should have taken them off, but it might work this time. So we're just going to drape it. It just instantly makes it more casual, and again, you could change to a boot or maybe a sandal if you wanted to wear an open toe option. And then, yes, I'm digging more the boot for this. I've put another safety pin just on this side to keep it in place. It's almost now like a dress, or sorry, a skirt. But it's quite nice because you've got some of the dress peeking out here, which I think is quite nice, and the orange brightens up the whole look, right? Belt, which is actually quite fun because you can play around with tucking it in and then letting some hang over, and you have these nice little folds that you can play with. So that's quite interesting. And then I thought I'll use the brooch for this little flowery thing that I got in a vintage store, vintage store, and it's so versatile. Like, I wear it as a belt, or you could just pin it. Added this little flower with the brooch, which is kind of fun. This is yet another way to style this dress. And again, play around with different belts. You could also use a different color belt. It wouldn't have to be gold. This is quite, I think this is quite nice because the gold, it works with the orange, right? And you could also bring back the navy cardigan. Just simply layer it over. I love anything that's draping. I just think it's so elegant, and it's nice because when you drape a cardigan or a jumper over your shoulder, it immediately makes it look more casual but chic. So it's quite nice. Let's go with the navy turtleneck.